Wait, do you got a YouTube channel yet?
Not really.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna promote it. Rex, feel free to promote your YouTube channel.
Alrighty.
I guess we're live. So hey everybody, welcome back to the show again. I'm Robert Storms. Got some guests tonight. I got Louie over here, this non-Joker loving motherfucker, and Rex, who made my intro for me.
Hello.
I love a lot. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Rex,
Yeah.
your YouTube channel, man. Plug it.
It's youtube.com/Rex Overdrive. I pretty much make videos as much as I can, having just a 6-month-old child. That can be kind of hard at times, but yeah, pretty much talk about Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all the fun nerdy stuff. So yeah, check it out.
I was watching some of your stuff, man. You got some good quality stuff, man.
Thanks. I try.
I was watching a few of your newest videos. Okay. And I was like, dude, you should get more views than what you got, man. Like, honestly, you really do.
Thank you.
It sucks when I see someone like put so much effort into their stuff and they don't, because I did that for the longest. You know, I put so much effort in my shit. And I wasn't getting no views. And this little movie by Black Panther came along, and finally I got a little bit of notice. But yeah, it sucks when you put so much effort into it and you just like you should have like in the thousands of views, man, with the quality that you have.
It's all about the algorithm and all that stuff, and
it is
the content you're talking about. But like, I try and do what I can control. So like, if I can, have a quality video, and I know that was a topic of discussion last night.
Yeah.
At least I'll at least try and have a high quality video.
The damn algorithm gets to you, right? That's why I force myself to do at least one video a day. Yeah. Because if you don't, and you don't show up in that feed for a couple days, you might not show up in anybody's feed, even if they're subscribed to you. And it really sucks. It really sucks. Like Adam did videos, and I had no idea Adam even uploaded a video 4 days ago because it never showed up on my feed. Because he went like a year without sound or uploading. But so anyway, guys, we got a lot of shit to talk about. As always, you guys throw in the super chat. We'll go ahead and answer your questions. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We got to talk about Martin Scorsese backtracking like a motherfucker. We got a Superman and Lois show confirmed for CW. We got the creator of Black Lightning saying Batman is toxic. Okay. So those are the three main topics, which I'm going to talk more about Black Lightning in a solo video. But let's start with this Martin Scorsese thing, because now he's backtracking going, oh, no, it's cinema. It's a new type of cinema.
Right.
It's like, that's what you were saying that 2 weeks ago, buddy. It's like, I think finally he was starting to get some heat. And they're like, you're trying to promote this movie. Maybe you shouldn't like piss everybody off. And it's ridiculous, man.
Well, it's almost become more of a topic of discussion than The Irishman itself.
That's the problem.
You know what I mean?
That's the problem. And the funny thing was, like, I've been so excited for The Irishman. Like ever since it was announced, back when John Campea was still on Collider. That's how long it's been since it's been announced. I was like, dude, I can't wait for this fucking movie. And slowly the way he just sort of been attacking Marvel. And I'm not one of those fanboys like, oh, you attack something I love, I hate you. I'm not like that. But I started getting turned off on some of his comments to where I was like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck anymore. I'm not even gonna, give Irishman a watch, because like it's one thing to say, hey, look, I don't like these movies. I think they're kind of trash. But then it's another thing going, it's not cinema. I understood what he was trying to say, and I keep trying to compare these movies to like fast food. Like Martin Scorsese makes a nice salad. Marvel makes a Big Mac. It's the fast food of movies. It's still food, but at the end of the day, it's just the fattening food that
right.
I like to eat, and it clogs my arteries, and I'm gonna die at the age of 40. But
I'm coming with you, man.
But I just don't think like he should have been like, dude, you're trying to promote an Irishman movie, right? Like, you're not going into like a worldwide release in theaters. You're going on Netflix. You've got very limited theater release. Like, why are you going to sit there and poke the bear and say it's not cinema? It's just going to piss everybody off.
Yeah, it's got to be just sort of a generational thing. And, it's like your grandpa trying to like use
A DVD player?
Yeah, or trying to play Xbox for the first time. It's sort of the equivalent of that. It's just kind of a changing of the times in a way, and not really understanding, I guess, the pop culture relevance that these movies really have, and how kind of invested they probably don't even realize how invested, people like us really are into these characters. And it's kind of a bummer to see these directors. I mean, I kind of have gotten a kick out of this the last 2 weeks, to be honest. I don't really care what
Coppola just dropped the mic.
I
it
know,
was fucking hilarious.
Words.
Dude, it was just fucking hilarious. I was like, I don't agree with you, but dude, you got some giant fucking balls that come out.
See, I think that's why Scorsese had to say something.
Well,
because he has to separate even more from that.
They had to say something and back off because fucking Bob Iger came out and threw out the fucking race card on their ass. Or like, if you want to say Ryan Coogler's Black Panther is a cinema, then I don't know what to tell you. And you can't go back and say something, because if you say something, you are fucked.
Like, yeah, but that's why he separated even more from Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah. And the fucking thing that pisses me off about, because I'm a massive fan of Coppola, because him and George Lucas are buddies. I love George Lucas. And I was like, how could you sit there and say that when George Lucas has been nothing but – George Lucas is what started the main special effects box office genre films, really. It's so why are you going to sit there and say they're despicable, buddy? I mean, I don't fucking know. But Coppola, he did not give any shits, man. Any shit.
Well, and I would have loved to just – I mean, you touched on Bob Iger there. I would have loved to just sit in a boardroom meeting of the Disney studio execs, with Alan Horn and all of those guys, and just what were those guys talking about the last week or two.
Oh, I guarantee you, Bob Iger's so these old guys say that Marvel movies ain't cinema. Meanwhile, they're lighting cigarettes and cigars with $100 bills. What are we gonna do about this? I don't know. Fuck them. Irishman's going to Netflix. We're making $1 billion movies. So it really makes Coppola and Scorsese look more like jackasses.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And I thought it was fucking hilarious, man. I just want it to die now. I don't want to hear no more. Everybody and their mama comes out fucking Jennifer Aniston comes out fucking talking shit. What the fuck are you talking shit about? Have you seen We're the Millers? I'm like, that's not high quality entertainment right there.
Yeah, but she's not getting any parts in Marvel movies or comic book movies. She's wanting the rom-com so that she gets more work.
Well, she done a little couple indie films. I think one of them was called Cake or something. I don't know. Nobody watched it. That's why she's pissed off at Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump over to this Black Lightning thing, because I kind of agree and disagree at the same time. Do you guys know? Did you guys hear about that?
No, because I could care less about Black Lightning.
Okay. So, wow. Actually, Stu, season 1's pretty good. Actually, I haven't watched it.
I'll agree with you. Season 1 was really good.
So much. I gotta give it a second try.
I thought it was really, really good. But anyway, this really has nothing to do with Black Lightning. So the creator of Black Lightning came out today and said that Batman is toxic to DC, and he doesn't allow other characters to have their light. Basically, DC uses Batman for everything. No other character has a chance to do anything, because DC is always they're always relying on Batman. Oh, our movies are bad? Let's put Batman in it. Oh, our comics are doing bad? Let's put Batman in it. And I kind of agree and I disagree, because it is
a track record.
It is true. That's why we have 500 different Batman movies with different actors, because every time they need to make money, they're well, let's make a Batman movie. And there's 1 million animated Batman movies that come out every year. We just had Batman Hush, Batman versus the fucking Ninja Turtles, for Christ's sake. But
I still want to see that one.
I do agree with the creator of Black Lightning in that aspect, but where I disagree is, if you guys are comic book readers, and if you look up the top 100 comic books sales chart each month, Batman is always the top 3. It's their highest selling comic book, because people fucking buy it. So why would DC go, you know what, we're canceling all of our Batman comics? Because they're going to lose all their fucking. First of all, nobody really buys comics anymore.
No.
And secondly, the people that do, they usually go by Batman, Spider-Man, Superman to a lesser extent, but Batman's always in the top 5. It's like Detective Comics is usually number 1, then Batman's number 2, and then every once in a while you'll see like Spider-Man or something getting a number 3 spot. And it's like Batman has always been the most popular character. It has nothing to do with him taking the light away from other characters. It's just like if you put a Black Lightning comic book and a Batman comic book up on the shelf, nobody's gonna buy the Black Lightning comic. Okay, I'm sorry. Statistics show that. That's what stats show. I'm sorry if he's salty about it, but that's the way it is. You know?
I still don't know why they went with Black Lightning to begin with. I would have preferred a Static Shock. I had no clue who Black Lightning was, honestly.
Well, now you know, now don't you? Now you know, though. Now you know, though.
True.
Now you know, and he's going to be in the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. I'm actually looking forward to that too. So yeah, I mean, I agree with him. I'm going to do more on that tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. But I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, Superman's not even selling. I don't know how many times they go back and try to reboot Superman. Superman ain't selling. Nobody wants to see a giant blue Boy Scout in fucking underwear. Yeah, fucking
it's really hard considering he's powerful as fuck. How do you ground that?
I don't even want to hear that as a fucking excuse, man.
That's why I think they did good in Man of Steel. I think they grounded him so well, which is why give us number 2.
They just took all the other elements of Superman away, you know, saving people and shit. But sure, they grounded him. They grounded him all right. I mean,
well, they also lowered his strength. I mean, Superman in the comics would not be able to, or would not strain to lift that oil rig. He would have just.
It depends what part, like what comics you're talking about, though. Man, there's been different iterations of Superman through the years, but regardless of my love-hate relationship with Man of Steel, I still want to see a part 2. Yeah, and and speaking of Superman, great transition too. They announced the Superman and Lois show going to be on CW, and I had no so I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow. I watched the first season. Wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't know that was ending this year too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know that.
Brandon Routh just came out with his statement on his final episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Apparently, they're launching new shows next year. They're launching a female Arrowverse show.
Supposedly the future one with his kid being all grown up. I'm like, we're in the future?
Yeah, which is gonna be fucking weird. Then they announced we got Batwoman, Supergirl apparently, now Superman and Lois, and the Flash is still gonna stick around, and Black Lightning. So it's weird. They're gonna have 3 female centric shows, which is gonna be really odd because you know how people are hating on that already. It's like Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Can they just give us Constantine season 2? Like,
no, nobody watched season 1. How come you think it got canceled?
Yeah, but they still love working with the guy. Like, come on.
So they can introduce him into other shit, man. What were you gonna say, Rex?
I was just gonna ask you guys, like, what do you think the tone or the style of the Superman and Lois show is gonna be? Like, is it gonna be like Lois and Clark from the 90s?
So I was watching Andy Signore's video today, and apparently, and I'm kind of down for this. He wasn't down for this. Like, I'm down like Charlie Brown. It's gonna be about them getting married and having a kid. And if you read the Superman Rebirth comics, he has his son in there.
Okay.
And it's so good. Like, his son is so awesome. I love his son. So if they do that, I'm cool with it. I just don't want it to be like this, like Supergirl, where like, oh my God, if you believe in God, you can save the world, like all that kind of nonsense. Because that's where CW has really been going lately. Like if you watch Batwoman, like I watched the first episode, I'm like, this show fucking sucks, man. Yeah. Supergirl, I was a massive fan for the first 3 seasons, and then it got to the point where it's like, only a woman can save. And I'm not, one of those guys that like hate on women, rights and whatnot. Like, by all means, make every show have a lead woman. I don't care. It just, I don't want the message to just be so blatant. Just come out and be like, it's like, if you have a message, just, sprinkle it in there and don't make it so knock me over the fucking head with it. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. Hold on. Gas Graphics come in. Let's pop that up. Gas Graphics come in, and he said, "Hello, Rob. The Mandalorian trailer just dropped. It looks awesome. Off topic. Oh shit! It just dropped.
Yeah, it probably came out maybe 9:30 or so. I don't know if it was like during Monday Night Football or what, but I watched it a couple times. It looks pretty rad.
I haven't seen it yet. Let me pop it up on here. We're doing a live reaction right now, guys. Live reaction. Hold on a second. Let me just pop this fucking thing up.
I'm doing
the best thing about. Oh, you don't need to. I'm gonna put it on the screen for all of us. That's the best thing about this fucking StreamYards. It does it for everybody.
All right.
I keep wanting to call it Streamlabs.
I keep forgetting, and I go onto your chat to figure out what it is.
All right, let's see this trailer. Hopefully, I don't get demonetized for this, but oh well, fuck. It's only 1 minute 44 seconds. All right, let's see.
It's a world more peaceful since the revolution. It is a shame that your people suffered.
God damn.
Yeah, pretty freaking rad.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm liking it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm liking it, man. I like
that helmet, the way it looks and the shine of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thanks, Gas Graphics, for that super chat, man. I had no idea that thing came out. I like it, man. I like it a lot. It doesn't feel like it's like I thought it was really gonna look like Star Trek. You know, I was really worried about that. I was like, God, I hope it don't look like Star Trek Voyager, man. And I love Star Trek Voyager. I just don't want that feel to it. But yeah, it looks good. I'm calling right now. That little girl's gonna be force sensitive, man. Guarantee you that little girl is gonna end up being force sensitive. She looks like she's
Disney's also putting a lot of money into all their shows.
Yeah, hundreds of millions per show for the most part.
It's not a question of will they look good, or it's more of a question of will they sustain, because they got to see some shit coming back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sign up for Disney Plus. I haven't signed up for it yet. I'm gonna have to. I got 2 more weeks.
Yeah,
2 more weeks. We're supposed to get like 2 episodes in the same week. We're supposed to get one on the 12th and one on the 15th, which is awesome. So yeah, so you guys go ahead and talk. I'm gonna switch the hashtag on this fucking thing so I could get a trending hashtag Mandalorian.
Something a little bit more relevant.
Yeah. I don't think people care about Martin Scorsese.
Day one,
the movies, they're gonna have Lady and the Tramp, which just looks okay.
It looks all right.
We'll see if my daughter is interested in it at all. I'm struggling to get her to watch Aladdin.
That's the new one.
I'm struggling to watch Aladdin.
I haven't even watched that damn thing.
Okay, I thought it was good, but I wish they would have played on Will Smith a little bit more, because like all the songs felt so safe.
Okay.
I kind of boycotted the movie, quietly. You know, I didn't start like
Nobody cared what you thought.
You didn't start a revolution.
Yeah, pretty much.
You boycotted Aladdin and you made me go watch Joker.
Oh, you want to start your Joker rant?
Not really.
Not really. Why not? Why not? You're afraid? There's 40 something people in here. Last time I checked. Hold on. I got a super chat. I'm gonna get to. I'm just doing these tags.
Well, you're distracted, so I want to make sure that you are in the conversation fully.
What did you guys think of? I don't know the character's name yet, but it's Werner Herzog's character.
Yeah,
like, isn't it weird hearing a German accent in Star Wars for the first time?
That character in general is kind of weird for me, to be honest.
Like,
with you.
What is his role? Is he like an ex-Grand Moff or something like that?
Yeah, he's an ex-Imperial. I don't know if he's gonna be an ex-Moff. It would make sense if he's an ex-Moff, though.
Well, and I thought Giancarlo Esposito's character was some sort of Moff. Like it seems like that guy's running a faction of.
I don't know if he's gonna be a Moff, but he might be like some kind of leader of a TIE, like the TIE unit or TIE fighter unit or something, because he's flying a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
You know? So he might be just like a leader of that. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. Let me get to the super chat, because I believe Comic Chat sent in the super chat. I don't want to overlook it. He writes, what is it? Batman and the Outsiders. Batman handpicked Black Lightning to lead the team, and he sends them on a handpicked mission. He likes and trusts Black Lightning. Yeah, that's pretty much where the story came from, Comic Chat, from where the Black Lightning creators like, fucking Batman's toxic. He's taking over every goddamn thing. And at the end of the day, it's all about money. Batman makes money. You're talking about a guy for 2 months did fucking Black Panther videos every day. Like every day. I came up with the dumbest fucking topics. As long as they had Black Panther in the title, I did a video on it.
I'll have to go back and check those out.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, dude. I'm like you think I want to do Black Panther videos every day? It's like I forgot what to talk about at some point. I was just making shit up. Like, oh, Shuri's the next Black Panther, or oh, Shuri's gonna be, like I was just making shit up because it makes money, I love Black Panther. Yeah, I love Black Panther. I thought it was a great movie, but to talk about it every day for like 2 months, so that's sort of what happened with Batman. But thanks, Comic Chat, for that super chat. Because Ryan wrote, like, you need to change the hashtag to MandalorianTrailer, and like I would. If I would have known it was out, that would have been the topic of the fucking live stream instead of the Martin Scorsese thing, because I think people are just tired of the damn Martin Scorsese thing. God knows I am. Yeah. What's up, Christopher? So Louis, man, I heard you love the Joker.
No, I did not.
Would you like to let out your rant so everybody can call you a moron?
Well, remember, I haven't ever actually ranted.
Did you like Joker, Rex?
Yeah, I loved it.
See,
what did you actually love about it?
Everything.
Well, I mean, I don't hold the movie. I wouldn't call it necessarily a masterpiece. Maybe of this year, I guess, out of everything I've seen. But like, I thought his performance was great, and the tone and like the ambience, or like the vibe, I guess maybe let's say atmosphere. But I mean, I see criticisms, and like I'll agree with some of them, but like I won't let that sort of get in the way of like my love of the film. But we'll see in like 5 years what I think of it. But I just want to see this movie over and over. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I could live the rest of my life and never see this movie again.
you're already getting shit talks in the comments, right? So go ahead, tell us what you think. I know what you think, because I heard you talk about it every time we go to Halloween Horror Night.
Because it was boring as hell. I was literally yawning through half the movie. And then everybody wants to say, oh, this is the best Joker origin. What fucking origin of Joker? It wasn't. It was Arthur Fleck. That's it. It was a man who was mentally disturbed from the beginning and slowly goes into it because he's no longer taking his medicine. And then everybody, oh, I'm so disturbed. Disturbed by what? Every kill that he did in the entire movie made complete sense. And he wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary for his mental fucking state of mind. So it's like the guys in the subway. He killed, what was it, 3 of them? I can't even remember anymore.
It was 3.
Yeah.
They were beating the living shit out of him, and nobody was on the train, which is also, how does everybody find out that the guy was dressed like a clown when everybody disappeared?
There's the woman.
There was the woman that was
She disappeared, though.
a witness.
Yeah, but still.
But I'm pretty sure the cop said, "Hey, 3 people died. Does anybody have any information?" And he's like,
In this
"Oh, there
city?
was this guy dressed like a fucking clown." Louis. do you want the movie to be 5 hours long? Do you want every fucking detail laid out to you?
Considering in this city they praised the clown and everything, that woman left. She wasn't sticking around. Especially after gunshots, she stuck around for cops to come up? No. So then we get to the guy that gave him the gun, lied about it, caused him to get freaking fired. So he kills him. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Then he kills his mother after lying to him and everything. That kind of makes sense. What have we not seen that's making this more disturbing than anything else? Nothing. And then at the end of the film, you even question if it's real.
That's
which I don't believe he does. It's not real whatsoever. I think the only few things that are real is that he did kill his mother, and I don't think he was the lead character. I think he was the guy in the freaking alley the entire time that killed Bruce's parents, and that's why he has a memory of it. So it's...
I know you were sitting next to me when we watched the movie, but did you actually watch the movie or did you fall asleep?
I watched every minute of it, unlike Adam, who went to the bathroom like 5 times. But I just was bored to hell. I wanted the Joker movie. If anybody can see behind me, I love DC Comics. I love the Joker. I wanted the huge, like, chaotic, crazy person that really isn't crazy, because if you've gone into it, he's actually sane. Psychologists have looked into like stuff Joker does. He knows what he's doing is wrong, and he does it because he wants to. He don't care.
That's different interpretations of the Joker, though, man.
Yes, I know. But that means I didn't like this interpretation.
Oh my god, bro.
You know, Adam constantly wants to reference the comics. Oh, I want my origin story to be multiple choice. Okay, so what? Doesn't mean I like this version. I wanted the Joker, and this guy is never going to face Batman. Batman is 8 years old at this time. Doing the math, he will be a 70-year-old Joker when he finally puts on the cowl.
No. We already broke down the math on this. First of all, we don't know if he's 8 years old. We can assume he's about 10 or 11. So we can say that maybe...
Are we going away from the comics now? Because in the comic books, he's 8 years old when his parents die.
This has nothing to do with the fucking comics, man. Fucking Todd Phillips said we're not going anywhere around the comics, okay? So you can't come up and be like, well, he's 8 years old in the comics. Well, good for the fucking comics, you know? Like, he's not 8 years old in this movie. He's like 10 or 11 in this movie. And like, so you can do the math, and like Joker would be like 45 or something.
Do the math because everybody's wanting the next Batman movie for I'm blanking on his name, Robert Pattinson, to face this Joker. And if you do the math from that kid to Robert Pattinson, who's what, 32, 33, something like that, or 30,
he can play a younger age, man.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's if Matt Reeves' Batman takes place in modern day, which we don't know. No, for sure.
Yeah, but if you can't go from the Bruce Wayne that we were introduced to Robert Pattinson and say they were one and the same people. But at the same time, what does Joker have to do to beat Batman? He either has to, just in general, any villain to face Batman, they have to be either supremely, what the hell, man? They have to be intelligent, or they have to have strength to go along with it. This guy had neither. He looked like he was on the verge of death, and he wasn't smart at all. Like, there was nothing in the show that said he was intelligent, or in the movie that said he was intelligent.
Man, let me get this super chat, man. You killed me. Comic Chat said, "Why did he kill Zazie Beetz? Did that make sense?" Well, it's up to you. It's up to you. Comic Chat actually agrees with you, Louis. This is kind of scary. But so
I do believe he killed Zazie Beetz. I think that was the one kill that they didn't show that I 100% believe.
I think he killed her too. I think he killed her too.
And that was the
think
only
he
thing I didn't see coming. I literally said to you when we were walking in the theater, this is going to end with Bruce Wayne's parents being dead. And while it ended 5 minutes later, still ended with his parents' death. Like, called everything.
Do you think he killed Zazie Beetz?
When I initially saw the movie for the first time, I didn't think so. Like, my brother, who I saw the movie with, pointed that out to me. Like, hey, do you think he killed her? And I mean, I see both sides, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I guess I need to see it another time to make a definitive.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Joker, did you hear the refrigerator scene was all improv? Like, you remember in the movie, like when he starts pulling out all the drawers and he goes and like lays down in the refrigerator. Apparently, the cameras. I was reading an article today. Apparently, the cameras were on, and he just started doing that, and they just kept rolling, and he completely improv that. I was like, dude, see that's sorry, Jared Leto. I'm sorry, Jared Leto, dude. That Joker, man. You want to talk about not a Joker? That's not a Joker, Louis.
No, that was a Joker gang member from Batman Beyond.
That was basically what that was. Like,
I still want to see his other scenes, though. I feel no matter what, he got gypped. Really,
his other scenes been added into the movie. It's the extended cut. Didn't you see that?
Yeah, I did. There wasn't enough. He should have been the villain of that group. That group was not made to take on a god. That group was made to take on Joker. And
that's because Warner
stupid.
Brothers is a bunch of fucking morons and they rush shit, man.
They don't know what they have.
They don't.
They don't. They honestly, they have the holy trinity of characters: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. They have some of the best rogues gallery. The only rogues gallery other than Batman that is said to be the best is Spider-Man's because of the diversity of both.
Yeah.
And they fucking drop the ball every fucking time. Batman versus Superman was Batman versus Superman and the death of Superman. You didn't have to do two movies in one.
Yeah. Oh, it was also the dawn of justice too. It was like
and they were going to add Dark. Oh no, that was for Justice League Dark Side.
Yeah, Dark Side was going to be Justice League.
It's like, do one movie. Stop trying to put so much shit into one movie.
It was that was the biggest problem. They added too much fucking shit in the Batman v Superman. I actually like the Ultimate Cut. I think the Ultimate.
I do too.
It's really, so much better.
Good. Yeah. But it's like you said though, they had the Holy Trinity, right? There is no reason why they aren't beating Marvel at this point, right?
No.
Like they should be on a competitive level, yet they still find a way to fuck shit up, man. Like Shazam, like oh my god, and Birds of Prey.
What didn't you like about Shazam?
Where do you want me to start?
Hey, I just went on Joker. You go.
Dude, I talked about it yesterday. Well, first of all, the when he says Shazam, he's supposed to have like the power of all these gods because each letter represents a different god, right? Yet, like the S is for like the wisdom of Solomon. Yet when he says Shazam, he's dumb as fuck, right? Like he's almost like Ace Ventura dumb. Right, as a kid, he's like real serious, he's smart, he says to himself. Then he says Shazam, and next thing you know, he's doing light shows for money for tips on the street. It's like, dude, Captain Marvel wouldn't do that at all. Captain Marvel wants to be a hero, and then he spends the entire movie doing his training montage, learning his powers, and then within 5 seconds, his whole family knows how to use their powers. Like they said Shazam, and like everybody knows how to do their powers. Yet it took fucking Billy all damn movie to figure the damn thing out.
Yeah, but I'll agree with you on that one.
The thing that bothers me the most is the fact they made him so fucking stupid because he's not stupid. He's not.
The whole idea is he's still supposed to be a kid. But I do agree if he's supposed to have wisdom of a certain person. When he goes, why doesn't he ever have wisdom? He's still a kid in an adult body.
He's wiser as a kid than he is when he's fucking Shazam. It doesn't make any sense. He's sitting there getting Slurpees, charging up cell phones and shit. When as a kid, he's not doing anything like that. He's a more brooding, like he does seem more mature as a teenager. And then when he says Shazam, he's fucking stupid.
You think that was the actor's choice more than
that was 100% Zachary Levi's choice?
I was pretty worried about this type of like portrayal when they cast Zachary Levi because I knew he was like a kind of like a childish, like 35-year-old man, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Just
totally
what he would do with powers.
Well, the thing is, if you take the kid who played Billy Baxton, right, and he says Shazam, and then you picture Henry Cavill's Superman, that is Captain Marvel. That is 100% Captain Marvel. He's not sitting there doing fucking tricks on Hollywood Boulevard to try to get tips money. You know, like that's not what Shazam is. And like, I'm not the biggest Shazam Captain Marvel fan, but I know enough about the character because I watched a lot of the stuff back in the day. And what we got on screen was nothing but just a comedy and a spoof of what that character actually is. And he didn't live up to his potential. And then when his family members all became the Shazam Captain Marvel family, they took the Shazam movie away from him. It wasn't even his movie no more. You know, like that's something you should have saved for a sequel, the Captain Marvel family. But then, you know, he should have fought Dr. Sivana on himself, you know, learn how to do this stuff the right way, become the hero he's supposed to be. And then second movie, then you bring in the Captain Marvel family. But it was like, it was so jarring how completely different the characters were when he was powered and not powered. And the fact that it didn't it was connected to the DCEU, but it really wasn't connected to the DCEU. It just felt like an advertisement for the DCEU. It was like, oh, look at my Aquaman shirt. Oh, I love Batman. Look at that Batman like thing. It was like, come on, man.
Well, like, and the Superman cameo at the end, that almost destroyed me. Like knowing what was going on with like Henry Cavill. Oh God. And I love Man of Steel, but like I don't know. It's just such an unfortunate sequence of like events that just destroyed that character in the in the DCEU, I suppose. But
I mean, they do that with everybody. They have Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck who loved playing the characters. Ben Affleck has a fucking Batcave in his house.
Yeah,
right.
And he stated that the only reason he played Daredevil was because he thought it was as close to Batman as he was going to get. And he wrote a script that the guy that did The Dark Knight Returns, who does all the freaking whatever I'm trying to say,
the animated movies,
but he does all the still panels for when they're planning the movies.
He
said it was the best Batman script he ever read, and they just threw it aside. It's
That's
what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, it's like you have people that honestly, as much as you said you didn't like Man of Steel as much, Henry Cavill still did a great job. I don't think you ever had a problem with him. Ben Affleck, I loved his portrayal of Batman. I thought he brought something to both characters, and I wanted so badly to see a single movie with him. But he's the one Batman that does not get a solo movie, and that's tragic.
Yeah.
But then they don't even know what they're doing because they're continuing it with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, but then fuck everybody else.
Well, even like with the Superman Shazam cameo, I saw a set photo from Birds of Prey, and it was like Harley Quinn having like a fight or argument with the Joker, but it wasn't Jared Leto. It was like some other dude dressed up in makeup that they're gonna. So it's like they'll still have these characters, but they'll just like show them from the neck down.
Dude,
like,
I hope they don't do that.
No.
I hope, as much as I don't like Jared Leto's Joker, for love of God, I don't want them to do that because it bothered me when they did that in Shazam. It really bothered me. It was like really, if you couldn't, if you weren't gonna get Cavill in there, don't do it. Just don't do it. You know.
Plus, they kept loosely saying, "Oh, this isn't in the universe." Oh, yeah, it is. And then when you see the movie, it's completely stating these people exist in this universe, and then they never are seen.
Here's my major problem with Warner Brothers in general is they don't have a focus line, right? No. They don't have a focus line, right? It's like they keep throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. I think them doing a Captain Marvel Shazam movie was a good idea, but it's like they don't, like, no one's leading the pack. They just let people do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know, it was like, oh, David Ayer, here you go. You got 3 weeks to write a fucking script for Suicide Squad. And then they're like, oh, Zachary Levi wants to do Shazam. Here you go, dude. Do fucking Shazam. And like there is no through line with that because it should have been set up to where like anybody, like if Kevin Feige was doing it, the Shazam character would have felt more like Shazam. It still would have that comedy element, but it wouldn't be so goofy. And it would have ended with an end credit scene to lead into Black Adam as the second villain in the second movie. And then if the second movie is good, you introduce Black Adam, then you put Black Adam in his own solo movie. Instead of saying, oh, we're just going to do a black, like, who the fuck knows who the Black Adam is? Like very small majority of people know who the fuck Black Adam is. And you want to give him a solo movie? You're just leaning on The Rock star power for that. And
well,
the same,
they like contract him long before the DCEU. So
dude,
like,
for like 8 years he's been on doing Black Adam, man. Almost like Channing Tatum's fucking Gambit movie, man.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're like, wait, we got The Rock, we got to keep him.
That's the thing, right? It's like, so the Birds of Prey movie is like, you know, the reason why they did it is because fucking Margot Robbie has star power. She went up and was like, you know, I want to do a Birds of Prey Harley movie. Okay, sure. She's fucking producing it. And then you have fucking James Wan going, well, I want to do a Trench movie. Okay, sure. Sounds good. It's like nothing fits into the fucking plan of the universe. But
I still don't know how they're going to do that.
But we can't get a fucking Man of Steel 2. Are you fucking kidding me? That's my biggest problem. Like everybody wants to throw in my face, Rob, you said the Joker was gonna fail. I never said it. Like maybe I said it was gonna fail. I said it was a dumb idea. And as much as I love that movie, it's my favorite movie of the year. As much as I love that movie, I still don't regret saying that. It was a dumb idea. You need to focus on your universe before you try to experiment on other fucking shit. Because now it just feels like they're throwing their towel in and they're just doing any fucking thing. And that they're never going to fix anything that way.
No, they're really not. And it sucks. Like they got to trust their properties, trust their actors, and trust their directors. And they don't. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping James Gunn's going to turn some stuff around.
Oh, yeah, because I dare them to try to fuck with his production.
Did you see Joel Kinnaman's response? Or he was interviewed and somebody asked him, I don't know, what's it like working with James Gunn? And he said something. It's like working on my first comedy.
Yeah,
like kind of a funny way. I got a kick out of that. And you see a lot of
the set photos. They're so clean.
Yeah.
Like when you see Captain Boomerang in the first movie, he's got like bruises and
but don't let those set photos fool you though.
Yeah,
I know because I know James Gunn can do gritty. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's gonna be filters and color correction and all kinds of shit. And a lot of those pictures we see, dude, 50% of that cast is gonna be killed within that movie. I guarantee.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill a lot of people in this. I think he's gonna have a hell of a time.
I guarantee you, they're gonna do fucking G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, or Retaliation, whatever the fuck that movie was, where they killed all the entire G.I. Joe cast from the first movie. He's gonna do that. Like most of the Suicide Squad from the first movie, they're just gonna kill him. You know?
Okay, but just don't kill him off freaking screen. I hate that. Oh, Will Smith's not in it. Let's kill him off screen. Like,
they should have killed Will Smith. Like, yeah, fuck that shot, man. I used to be a massive Will Smith mark as a kid, but dude, after finding out the way he acts in real life, dude, I just have no respect for that fucking guy anymore.
Is that why you won't see Aladdin?
Oh yes, Will Smith is the reason why I won't see Aladdin. That's 100%. I love Naomi Scott. I love Guy Ritchie. Yeah, I love Guy Ritchie. Will Smith. I'm sorry, man. Fuck Gemini, man. Fuck him. Fuck it, man. You know, you hear too many horror stories. You know, who the fuck is he to tell Quentin Tarantino how to make his fucking movie? Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, get the fuck out of here. Go back and get jiggy with it, motherfucker. Like, Jesus, dude. He pisses me off so much, man. And I used to be a massive Will Smith fan, dude. God, I watched like every episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like a million times.
Aren't they reviving that show? Which makes no sense.
But... yeah, he's producing it. It's gonna be like a reboot or something. I was like, who the fuck's gonna watch it though? Like,
by the way, did you see that the meme of the Fresh Prince arriving and Joker getting hit by the cab?
No.
It was showing when Joker gets hit by the cab in the movie. It's showing that it's the cab that brought him.
Well, what the hell's going on in the chat, man? People are what? Oh, they're just talking about Endgame was not a good movie. God damn. I disagree with that. It just made this dude said Endgame was not a good movie. It just made money. Man, I wish more movies that sucked made a lot of money like that.
I will say though,
filming tomorrow.
I was a little underwhelmed.
Really?
After Endgame, yeah, I loved Infinity War, and I thought
I loved Infinity War too.
That's like one of my favorite MCU movies.
It's my number one.
Oh, is it?
I've just a villain starring movie.
Yeah, I thought Thanos was phenomenal in that movie, and I think maybe since he took a back seat, that kind of took away my excitement for Endgame a little bit. But I don't know. I just didn't dig the time travel stuff that much.
The problem with Endgame, like I like Endgame a lot. I think it's a great ending to
it wraps everything up great.
But I think as a movie, it doesn't hold up. Like as a movie, where Infinity War as a movie by itself, it holds up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think Infinity War is a much better movie. But I think Endgame is a good season finale. But you know, even like I don't even go back and rewatch it that much. I still go back and rewatch Endgame all the time. Or not Endgame, but Infinity War. I go back and watch Infinity War all the time. I'll just lay on the couch and put it on. Endgame, dude, you got to invest your entire day if you're gonna watch that.
Yeah, 3 hours, but
it's 3.5 hours, bro. No, it's 3 hours, right?
3 hours.
Yeah, that's just too fucking long, bro.
It is.
I was actually thinking about it.
Well, hold on. We got a super chat, and this goes to Rex. He wants to know why you tripping.
Well, over Endgame?
Yeah.
I didn't say I hated it. I just said I was a little underwhelmed.
So as I was thinking about it, I think they kind of shoehorned in Thanos coming back from the past just to have an end fight.
I can see your point with that.
Because of course everybody's problem with it was
have you read a comic book, Louis? Have you ever read a comic book?
Still. But at the same time, I don't mind it because fucking hell, you had the 3 core Avengers going after Thanos. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome.
The fat Thor thing still kind of bothers me.
I feel the same way, dude.
They could have done the PTSD without the fat.
Like I'm not even talking about it because like, some people are like, you're body shaming. I'm like, no, I don't think it's body shaming. It's just distracting. It's sort of like Luke Skywalker throwing a lightsaber over his shoulder. It's like you put it in there just to get laughs. And then I'm I'm just not, you know.
Well, it's him acting with the PTSD. That was great.
Yeah.
I just don't think he needed to be fat.
Yeah. It was like a gag that just went on for too long.
Well,
you know, like
Well,
like all the stuff on New Asgard where he's like playing Xbox with Korg and all that. I loved that. I thought that was great. But like 2.5 hours later, like
because
okay, enough is enough.
There's no way you can make him fat and then he automatically gets skinny out of nowhere.
Right.
So once they made that choice,
he didn't.
Yeah, once they made that choice, there was nothing they could do. So it was like, do you really want to sacrifice the whole movie for a 5-minute gag? At that point, I wish they just wouldn't have done it because you could have made him like a slouching gamer who isn't fat. I mean, they do exist. Not all gamers are fat. I mean, that's not, you know, that's kind of stereotypical. That's not true. I know a lot of gamers who aren't fat. You know, they game a lot more than I do. But so that bothered me. Some of the time travel I liked, and some of the ones I thought they kind of dragged on too much. Like when Thor and Rocket went to Asgard to get the reality stone, I felt like a lot of that kind of dragged on too. I was like, dude, this reminds me of Dark World. I hate that movie. Can we fast forward past this part?
Yeah,
but they brought the best part, his mom.
Why? I'm glad she died. That was the best part of Dark World.
Dude, she had a badass scene and then dies. I'm like, why? Why did you do that?
I try to forget about that fucking movie, Dark World. Jesus, man. I don't know what's worse, that or Spider-Man Homecoming. Jesus.
Dark World.
Nah, I don't know, man. Spider-Man Homecoming is pretty fucking bad.
I still enjoy it more.
I hate Professor Hulk. I didn't mind Professor Hulk.
I don't hate Professor Hulk, but that's one thing that I kind of wish, like, even with Infinity War, you get that one great fight sequence between Thanos and Hulk.
Yeah.
And that's in the first, 10 minutes of the movie, right?
Yep. And then they didn't even get around to.
Right.
You know what I equate that to? You know how people are like, I don't like how Luke Skywalker was handled in Last Jedi? People are like that with the Hulk in Infinity War and Endgame. It's like, I just think the Russo brothers try to add layers to him, and people are like, no, I just want the Hulk to smash shit.
Right.
And then they like Ryan Johnson try to make layers for Luke Skywalker, and like, no, we just want Luke Skywalker to smash it. It's like, God forbid we try to give these people character development. We just want to see them smash shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they.
I hear you.
And now Michael Bay directed a Hulk movie. Jesus Christ.
Good.
I would normally say don't give him any ideas, but I like that idea.
Dude, it would be great. Hulk just smash shit, explosions everywhere. It would. I would actually watch that Michael Bay movie. And then Betty Ross is gonna have like a fucking skirt all the way up to her ass cheeks and shit. American flags from the background. Oh, I gotta stop talking. They might actually be listening to this shit.
I mean, with Professor Hulk too, it leads up to that they're never going to use it, but Savage Hulk, which would be fun because he still can get stronger. He thinks he has a hold of his anger, but who wants a Bruce Banner like that? No, sooner or later, freaking just let him go.
Hey, Louis, this guy says something. This guy's like, this guy has too many hot chicks in the background. And I know
both of you guys.
All the Harley Quinn.
Both of you.
Oh, there's none.
You see all my others.
You see my fucking living room.
I have everything around my entire room. There's freaking Greg Horn behind the camera. There's stuff over there. There's more Harley over there.
Rex got that one OG Star Wars poster over.
Dude, I'm in doing some home renovation, man.
I'm doing some lay on my couch till I find a job.
Do you need to get on that YouTube channel then, man?
I do. I've got a show written out.
I got written out. You're not supposed to write shit out. You're supposed to improv, dude. Just go on a rant about how you hate the Joker so much. I'm sure somebody will follow you. They're like, this motherfucker's batshit crazy. I'll fucking subscribe.
Hey, I was nice. I didn't put on a Batman hat. I put on a Star Wars hat. I have like 6 Batman hats I could have put on, including a Joker one.
Yeah, you can't put a Joker hat on and bash Joker at the same time. You can't do that, man. That's yes, like people wearing. That's like people wearing Star Wars hats, bashing Star Wars. I don't understand it.
I wanted my freaking Warrior of Chaos, and there was nothing about him chaotic.
So Rex, man, you looking forward to Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I mean,
I would assume so. I mean,
I have some reservations about it. Like I'm curious to what the story is with this thing. Yeah, more than anything else. Like, of course, they're going to deliver the spectacle and all that crap, but like, and how does this thing conclude as like for the episodic films, the saga,
Yeah.
So the saga. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm amazed they haven't told us the story yet. Like they're doing
that for a reason though. Well, what side of the fence you sit on? Like Last Jedi, hate Last Jedi.
I liked Last Jedi. I feel like though, I haven't rewatched it as much as like The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I had a hard time rewatching it once I got it on DVD or Blu-ray. Like really? I had a hard time. It's so
I still
slow
rewatch at least once every 2 weeks.
I can't,
dude. Like, I don't know why, dude. I always try to rewatch at least. At the very least once a month, I put it on Netflix and I'll rewatch it, even if I'm just laying down getting ready to go to bed. But I agree with you, like, because like when a Star Wars movie's in theaters, I try to go see as much as I can, because once it's at theaters, you might not get a chance to see it again. Yeah, I saw Force Awakens 15 times.
Jeez.
I saw Last Jedi only 10. And I actually like Last Jedi more than Force Awakens, but it's a more dense movie. It's like it's kind of depressing.
It's a little bit heavier.
Yeah, in a good way, it's depressing. But like Force Awakens is fun, so you go there and you're like, "Oh yay, this is cool, Millennium Falcon doing this and that," and then you go watch Last Jedi, and it's like, "Oh, you want me to think?" You know,
right?
And I think that's where a lot of the criticisms of the movie comes to, where people are like, well, that's not my Luke Skywalker. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean it's not your Luke? It's the same fucking guy. He just has problems now. He's grumpy. You know, just
Well, even Mark Hamill said it wasn't his Luke Skywalker.
well, with all due respect to Mark Hamill, he's wrong.
Well, that guy had been living with Luke Skywalker in his brain for 30 years, wondering what the hell he would ever do coming back to the franchise. And I'm sure he would have loved to, you know, step back on the Millennium Falcon or fly an X-Wing and save the day.
It didn't help when J.J. Abrams like basically lied to him too, because when they were trying to get him to come back, he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna be in the first movie and you're gonna be lifting rocks and all this shit." And then he shows up at the end of the movie, and then JJ's like, "Oh, in the second movie you're gonna be doing this," and then Rian Johnson comes in and is like, "No, you're dead." You know. So,
well, they had him read. They had him do the script reading or the round table reading for The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And right before it, he realizes that he doesn't even have one line in the entire film, and they made him do the script reading for everybody. So,
but also to his credit, he didn't like what happened to him, but he still showed up to work.
Right. Yeah, he did the job.
I thought he did great.
I do think he was not misused. I think he was underused. But I like the fact they actually give him fucking layers, dude. I think what Rian Johnson did, and I don't think this is the reason why people didn't like the movie, was like it's the second movie of the trilogy. So it's the time where you really get to learn the characters and see what their problems are. And Rian Johnson's like, look, I had a list of the characters and I wrote what problems each of them should deal with, you know, and they gave Luke problems, and God forbid, they don't like that. They don't like Luke having problems. He's got to be the Tashi Station guy and power converters and all that shit.
Yeah.
The whiny guy that we all know.
It just bothered me. I was talking to the guys from Geeks and Gamers, and they keep praising the Thrawn trilogy, the old EU Thrawn trilogy. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on Audible and listen to it. And I'm about halfway through the book, and I'm like, this isn't good. Like, it's not. Like, I'm pretty sure if I read it back in the 90s when it came out, I'm like, oh, this is great. But, like, going back to it now, it's like it contradicts everything George Lucas does, because it was before the prequels came out. So everything they're talking about with the Force and Jedi, I'm like, that's not fucking true. Like, fucking dark Jedi? You mean a Sith? Like, it's not that great. I just think it kind of contradicts a lot of the stuff that George Lucas set up later on. But you know, God forbid give Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I might visit that original Thrawn trilogy after
deserved
this saga wraps up.
Death. I don't know how. You're wrong. Sorry, David. You're wrong.
Rob, you're frozen on my screen.
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
He's frozen on mine too. And he's cutting out.
Uh-oh, we're losing you, buddy. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Are we back?
Yeah.
Are we
you're
back?
fine now. Yeah, you're fine now.
Okay. I guess we had a hiccup in the router, man. I just seen you guys frozen like this.
Oh, really?
I'm like, oh shit.
That's what I saw.
Happened.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck. Though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I must have looked like a jackass then. So hopefully David didn't hear me when I said he was wrong.
I heard that over and over again. Like I heard you say it 5
times.
You're
wrong. The Star Wars gods hate Rob. How the fuck the Star Wars gods hate me? I'm the one fucking praising the goddamn movies. Oh my god!
I mean, I enjoyed the second half of Last Jedi. I don't know. I wanted more of the spectacle, I guess.
It wasn't a fun adventure movie. It was a movie about. It was about, you know, it had
sense.
Yeah, you know. To be fair, Empire Strikes Back isn't fun either. Like you go back, like I don't know anybody who says, "Oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back is fun." Like, no, the fuck it isn't. Like, not at all.
Wasn't that Dante's favorite in Clerks?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, actually it was.
Yeah, he was shitting on
downer, like life.
Yeah.
Well, like Empire Strikes Back, they go on their separate journeys, like Han and Leia and Chewie and the droids. They go through the asteroid field trying to flee the Empire, and they get stuck on an asteroid with a space worm, and then finally go to Bespin.
Yeah. And then Han gets put in carbonite, and Luke trains with Yoda for like 5 hours, and he becomes a Jedi Master. Yep.
Yeah. So in the middle of Empire, there is kind of a lull,
Yeah. It's same thing as Last Jedi. They all go on their own separate missions.
Right.
It's just, you either like the Canto Bite stuff or you don't. I personally don't like it, but I don't sit there and these people that boycott. See, it's okay not to like the movie. To me, you kind of get ridiculous when you start attacking the director. It's like you don't have to like the movie. You're entitled to your opinion. You can go on YouTube, bitch all day long about how you don't like the movie. When you start tweeting the director and start, trolling the director, that's when you go past, fandom. And that's why George Lucas sold the fucking company in the first place.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Man, there ain't like no super chats coming in tonight. What the fuck's going on, people? People like, we didn't get paid this week, man. Like that's a whole other level of pathetic, someone says. Rob, or people go too far. The Star Wars fans are the worst fans, man. And you thought DC people were bad. Like DC fans, like they'll just review bomb movies. They won't fucking like attack directors and shit.
And all they'll do is say, "Oh, you're a Marvel shell." Whereas Star Wars, you can't be anything. You're like, "Oh, you don't like Star Wars? You suck."
No, you can't win if you're a Star Wars fan. If you say you like the prequels, you get bashed. If you hate the prequels, you get bashed. If you like the Disney movies, you get bashed. It's like you can't win no matter what the fuck you say if you're a Star Wars fan. Your best is to keep your damn head down and just keep going. The only thing everybody agrees on is they don't like Solo. Like everybody agrees on that one. Unless Rex likes it.
Well, I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's a bad movie either.
I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's a bad Han Solo movie. If he was just a generic guy, fine. But he wasn't. He was supposed to be Han Solo.
Yeah, it's just not that interesting.
It's
kind of just a
movie.
space action adventure movie.
It's a really boring movie though. Like on a technical level, it's not a bad movie. It works. There's no plot holes. Everything goes together. Dialogue, the cinematography, everything looks good in the movie. It's a good put together movie. The problem is I wouldn't even say it's a bad Han Solo movie. I think it's an okay Han Solo movie. I just think it's a unnecessary movie. It's just
I think they shouldn't have done the Kessel Run because it still makes no fucking sense.
No, the Kessel Run is the only thing I like about the movie.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be the Kessel Run.
Yeah. I liked the actions, like the sequence of it, but I like with 40 years of hearing about the Kessel Run and imagining it in your head, like it didn't do it justice in my opinion.
It didn't. It was so stupid. It was like you have this wormhole, he just cuts in the middle of it, and then he's like, I just made the Kessel Run under 12 parts. And even Chewie starts calling him like, dude, you're full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
It made no sense because it seemed like a longer journey anyway.
The thing is, a parsec isn't time, it's space. And
basically, that's what I'm saying.
We're like, well, how do we do this? Oh, we'll just have them cut through the wormhole. It was such a generic way to explain it. But I thought it was fun. The problem with that movie is I just don't like the checklist of the movie.
Right.
It's like, do they really have to explain everything about Han Solo in one movie? Like, did we really need to find out where he got his gun from? I'm like, it just felt so unnecessary. Oh man, but it's not a bad movie. I put it on every now and then. I still can't sit through the whole thing at once. It's like I'll watch it in pieces. Right now, I'm at the Kessel Run on my Netflix. If I fire up Netflix, I'm at the Kessel Run. I'll watch for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I think I'm done. And Woody Harrelson, I think, is awful in that movie.
Oh, you didn't like Beckett?
No,
I actually liked him, but I didn't like.
Yeah, he was kind of like a throwback Western gunslinger.
But the thing was, it was the same year that War for Planet of the Apes came out, and he was amazing in War for Planet of the Apes. I'm like, why can't we get that Woody Harrelson? It was like, we just get this generic guy. Oh, we got a super chat. Holy motherfucking shit. Let's throw that fucking thing in.
By the way, why did Chewie just go? Like, he takes the gun off of him several times. And Chewie just keeps walking.
I'm pissed off because they didn't show the life debt. You know, it's like, you know,
well, they did, but it wasn't what you wanted.
Yeah,
it made no sense whatsoever.
So here comes the super chat. Rose Tico, Kathleen Kennedy, and Admiral Holdo. Rob, you have to marry one, kill one, and bang the other. Choose wisely. May the force be with you. Okay, we're all going to play this game. I will 100% kill Rose Tico. I will fuck Kathleen Kennedy just so I can say, fuck bitch, take that. And what's the other one? I'll marry Holdo. You know, she's a scientist. She knows about dinosaurs. so that's my choice. Okay, Rex, what about you?
Okay, let's see here. I will actually marry Rose Tico.
No,
I was not that annoyed by her character in The Last Jedi, as were most people. I'll say fuck Kathleen Kennedy, even though she's a great producer, but it might be time to move on from Lucasfilm. And then we'll kill Admiral Holdo because she dies anyway.
I was almost going that route, but I was like, I gotta get rid of Rose. Go ahead, Louis.
I'm just not that big of a fan. I can't even remember who half of them are except for Kennedy, because I hear that name enough in Collider Live.
You know who Rose Tico is. She's the one who's like
Asian girl.
Yeah, she kisses Finn.
Yeah, the mechanic.
Oh my god!
Probably fuck her. And
so hold on.
Kill Kennedy.
Apparently, we got some breaking news here. Let me see if this is legit.
I should open my Twitter.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. See if
God, I see it.
You see it?
Yes. And it's Star Wars related.
Yep.
Dude, I knew it.
So I knew this was happening. And whenever my fucking shit wants okay, here it goes.
Yeah.
So
that Netflix deal.
Yep.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
These people are probably like, what's going on? They're not talking about it.
All right, let me pull this thing up here. Okay, so Benioff and Wise, Star Wars not moving forward. Fuck, man. Fuck me in the ass always. Game of Thrones showrunner David Benioff and D.B. Wise no longer working on Star Wars trilogy, as reported by Deadline. Benioff and Wise cited their historic deal with Netflix and explained that their enthusiasm for Star Wars remains balanced, but regrettably their schedule falls fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
fuck off.
Some PR BS right there.
Yeah. We love Star Wars, says Benioff and Wise. When George Lucas built it, he built us too. Getting to talk about Star Wars with him and the current Star Wars team was a thrill of a lifetime, and we will always be indebted to the saga that changed everything. This is fucking bullshit, dude. You know what this shit is about, right? This is some fucking this is fucking PR shit, like you said, Rex.
Yeah.
The thing is with this is they got a bunch of hate for the last season of Game of Thrones, and they don't want to do a Star Wars movie and get more hate. They just don't want to deal with the toxicity of the fandom. I think, to me, that's what I think it is. Because it went from oh, we're gonna do a whole trilogy to oh, we're gonna do one movie to now we're not gonna fucking do it at all. Which pisses me off, man.
Now, can you imagine like being Kathleen Kennedy when she signed these guys? These guys were like the hottest shit in television.
Yep.
And then seeing season 8 unfold and especially after the backlash from The Last Jedi, and then now Game of Thrones season 8 comes out and it's the same, if not equal. Maybe even a little bit worse than The Last Jedi.
Yeah. This is it's fucking bullshit though, man. It's just Jesus, man. Like Star. So now it comes to like, well, what are we gonna do with those 3 movies now? Is the Ryan Johnson trilogy gonna come in now? It's
He doesn't even know.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. He's backtracking like a motherfucker too. So we got 3 movies scheduled, and we have no idea what these 3 movies are even what they're even doing now. Like, oh my god, dude, fucking.
Well, I made a video the other day, and I speculated that this was a possibility. And a couple weeks ago, we got the announcement that Kevin Feige's doing a Star Wars movie. I think that guy is coming in to help shape the Star Wars film.
I agree with
They
you.
need it.
Universe going forward, and kind of get maybe a foundation for the next kind of iteration of Star Wars.
Yep.
I don't know how involved the guy will be after that, but I don't know. It seems like he's stepping in to give a helping hand or something.
Man, dude, it sucks so bad.
God.
It's like okay, so whatever.
You gotta retitle this video.
Yeah, I really do. I'm gonna change the whole fucking thumbnail. But like breaking news. Depending off of why, I'll figure something out.
Breaking news. What the fuck?
Yeah, but so like, what the fuck? Goddamn, Martin Scorsese fucked me over, man. But
oh, that's funny.
Like even if their Netflix deal, you're telling me they can't write a fucking treatment? I can write a fucking treatment. It doesn't take that long. And he's according to the article that we had up here, he had conversations with Lucasfilm and George Lucas. So are they still going to run with their original ideas and just continue on without Benioff and Weiss? And maybe they'll get like a little bit of a writing credit for coming up with the ideas. Or, dude, I don't see the Ryan Johnson trilogy happening. Like not with the fan base just hating Ryan Johnson's ass.
No, the moment they bring up scheduling, it's like, okay, give us a real reason. Shut the fuck up about your schedule. Because that's the go-to excuse.
Yeah. Oh,
well, they even avoided that Comic-Con appearance this past summer. And that was scheduling as well. Scheduling conflicts.
Well, they need a new assistant.
Yeah.
It's because of the Game of Thrones backlash.
Yeah,
they never, because these guys were like, people love these guys until the final season, and they never had to deal with fan backlash like that. And then when they experienced it, they're like, oh, and then probably Ryan Johnson's like, this is gonna happen, and they're like, you know what, we don't need to deal with this shit. Let's just go to Netflix. I honestly can't blame them. That's really the toxicity of the fandom. I blame for that. And oh man, what a shame. I wanted to see Kit Harington with a fucking lightsaber and everything.
Do you think they would have really done Knights of the Old Republic, or do you think that's just what people really wanted?
I don't think you get Benioff and Weiss if you're not going to do Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, it does make sense.
I know that kind of typecast them, but it's like if you're gonna do a different trilogy, then you go get someone else. If you're going after Benioff and Weiss, you want to capitalize on that Game of Thrones flavor, And I just felt that would make sense. I don't think it was gonna be like Knights of the Old Republic that the video games did.
Yeah,
I think it would be more like a medieval but futuristic, thing. But I really thought they were gonna do it, and I thought they were gonna be the great. Even I like Game of Thrones season 8. I have problems with it, but I don't go out with pitchforks or anything and blaming. It's fucking crazy, dude. This fandom is horrible.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what we're gonna do with Star Wars. Damn, man.
I know, that's crazy.
They better not give us a fucking Holdo prequel trilogy. That is heartbreaking news at 12 a.m. at night. That kills me, man. Martin Scorsese do a Jabba the Hutt solo film. No, I don't want to see no more prequel shit, man. I mean, I want to see Old Republic shit. I either want them to do Old Republic shit, or in the next trilogy. And this is what I honestly think they need to do. This is why, honestly, like, if they want to try to get this to be successful as the MCU, they need the next movies need to take place after episode 9. Right, like you don't have to call episode 10. Just it's set after the events of episode 9, and then you start building characters, and then you start filtering characters, having their own spin-off movies, and then you put them all back in a big movie, and then they all splinter off again. You know, I thought that
like Avengers.
Yes, that's what they need to fucking do. This is like if I was fucking Kevin Feige, and like
Are you fucking him?
I would, but
He's got more money now.
Like have like some characters, and then in the other movie have some more characters, and then maybe a couple of them cross over, and then you start like webbing this thing out, and then maybe you do an episode 10 where they all come together, and then they all spread back out, and then episode 11 they all come together again, and that's gonna be like their phases. At the end of each phase, instead of an adventure movie, you get an episodic movie. You know, this whole thing about episode 10 can't happen because it's the end of the Skywalkers. Who the fuck cares? Like you can't have episode 10 because there ain't no Skywalkers. Like you don't. Star Wars is huge. It ain't just about the Skywalkers.
Yeah. Well, I agree with your point of view with doing standalone movies. With Star Wars going forward, I mean, you can't do Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Leia.
No.
So. I guess how do you get a big pop with brand new characters? You know, Star Wars when it came out in 1977 was, you know, nobody had ever seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
So doing standalone movies, like you said, and sort of doing kind of the MCU formula, I can see how that can grow interest and, you know, eventually build up to something pretty awesome. But will they go that route? I don't really know.
They won't, because I think they're in the same category as DC. You know, DC's like, well, we don't know how to make this shared universe, you know, and I think that's why Kevin Feige's coming in like, look, guys, this is how you do it. Because you could take a character, like, I don't know who's going to survive episode 9. Let's say they take a character and it like, let's say Rey survived or whatever. She go and does her own, you know, Jedi school, and then maybe the new series takes place like 10 years later, and a couple Jedi start to emerge, and then you do a series like a movie about those Jedi, and maybe Finn shows up or something, and then you do another movie with some other characters, and then episode 10 comes, and then you bring everybody together. I think that would work. It would definitely work. You have to, in today's age of cinema, like the reason why MCU is making so much money is because each movie is a must-see in order to get the next chapter in the story. And they need to do these Star Wars movies to where they feel like you have to see it, otherwise you're going to miss something. Rogue One had all new characters, and it made over $1 billion. So new characters can work. Yeah. The problem is they got to, like Kathleen Kennedy was being dumb going, oh yeah, we're going to do a Jabba movie and a Yoda movie. And like, stop. You need to make something new. Like you can do that. You can make something new.
Seems like she didn't know how to say no either.
That was their biggest problem.
Because I mean, look at one thing that I found funny when Last Jedi was coming out. Rian Johnson didn't like where the scar on dipshit was, so he just changed the scar. It's like, no, he got hit by a lightsaber. You can't really change where he got hit.
And then he lied about it too. He's like, we didn't change it. And then people called him out. I was like, oh yeah, well, we just didn't like it. You know, so we moved it. Comic Chat comes in with a super chat. Give us the damn Sith backstory. Hello.
I mean, I heard Christian Harloff talk about like the whole why they have the rule of 2, and the way he describes it, I'm like, fuck yeah, give me that.
They either need to go present day or back in the past. And I think it would be a good idea if you have a movie about how the Jedi kind of form, and then a movie about how the Sith kind of form, and then they come together in a fight, and then filter. Whatever they do, they have to come together. These things can't be solo, and they need to get away from this trilogy format. This trilogy format is fucking them over more than anything. Like I don't understand why when Disney took over Star Wars, they're like, we're doing a new trilogy. Why does it have to be a trilogy? Episodes 1, 2, and 3, the prequels is a trilogy because you had to do a trilogy. Because George Lucas made A New Hope episode 4. So anything before that had to be episodes 1, 2, and 3. There's no reason why the sequel trilogy had to be a trilogy. It could have been episodes 7, 8, 9. Well, you know what? We still got more stories to tell. 10, 11, 12. You know, they could have kept going with it, but they keep trying to box themselves into a trilogy. even the new slate of movies that they announced for 2022, it's 3 fucking movies. Stop doing the fucking trilogies, man. You notice how the MCU has a bunch of trilogies inside its phases? It's like Captain America has a trilogy, Iron Man, Thor, they all have trilogies, but they don't box themselves into it. And guess what? Thor's getting a 4th film.
So the Avengers got 4 films, and they did it in phase 4. They didn't stop at phase 3.
Yeah. Well, they even stopped the numbering system, you know, after what was it, Iron Man 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Iron Man was the only one that got numbers.
Well, why can't they?
Well, Guardians.
Why can't the new Star Wars? Right. Why can't the new Star Wars movie just be called Star Wars: The Rise of the Sith? You know, like, or some kind of generic name like that. Rise of the Sith. No numbers, no trilogies, no nothing. You watch the movie, you know what's gonna happen. Rise of the Sith. You end it on a cliffhanger, and then you make another movie, and then you start to build these fucking these movies to filter in and out. And then you can build a cinematic universe. You can't keep doing that if you're boxing yourself into fucking 3 movies all the time. Because the way, as much as I like Last Jedi, Rian Johnson did kind of fuck a lot of things up that could have been set up. And I'm really kind of dubious on how JJ is going to be able to explain everything in one movie, to where if they didn't box themselves into a trilogy and they did episode 10, you would have 2 movies to explain what you need to explain. Now you got to explain, well, how the fuck's Palpatine come back? And who the fuck is Rey? And all this shit, you know, because they boxed themselves into a fucking trilogy corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Rian Johnson sort of like tied up all the loose threads.
He did.
But that does make The Rise of Skywalker kind of a little bit more interesting, because it's like, or maybe for JJ and Chris Terrio, because they can just like completely start fresh in a way. But
it looks like they're backtracking though. Like Rian Johnson's film. I remember when I left Last Jedi, I seen it with Adam. I was like, dude, I don't know where the fuck they go from here.
Right.
It felt like
it killed all speculation.
Yeah, it basically finished the trilogy in the second movie. He finished the trilogy, right? And now it's like JJ's coming like, well, we're gonna make that lightsaber. We're gonna fix that lightsaber up. We're gonna fix Kylo's mask back up. We're gonna call it Rise of Skywalker. We're gonna bring like he just undoing everything that Rian Johnson did, and I'm like, dude,
how did he get his mask back to begin with?
he got a hot glue gun. He just pieces it back together.
No, I mean, didn't he leave it on the exploding fucking ship?
He did.
Well, I mean, they found the lightsaber, so that's good.
That was on Snoke's Supremacy, right? So maybe the janitor on the Supremacy swept it up into like a wastebasket and brought it to Kylo's quarters.
Yeah. You probably went like Supreme Leader Kylo. I got your mask. You want me to dump? No, bring it here. And fucking starts welding the shit back together.
Here we go. We'll do a movie. Kevin Smith will direct it about that one guy finding all this stuff, and he's bringing it back. It's like, I found Darth Vader's mask,
and I don't know
the lightsaber.
I don't know.
I have a hand.
I don't know what the purpose is of putting that mask back together. It's
I don't know.
Dude, like Adam Driver's a fantastic actor. What do you want to do? You want to hide him? It's like, like it doesn't make any sense. We got another super chat popping up.
Sells toys, man. Sells toys.
That's true. They can sell a fucked up helmet now. Benny off the wise sounds like a creative differences. It's BS. I don't think it's creative differences. I think it's the fact that they just don't want to fucking get more fandom heat, because nowadays it doesn't matter what you do with Star Wars. You're not going to please anybody. Like everybody, I don't care what anybody says. People are going to go into episode 9 automatically hating it before they even go in. They're going to go in like this motherfucker up here with the Joker. He was going in already to tear that shit apart.
I actually wanted to see it so badly.
Dude, I have you on camera in our video going, I fucking hate this movie. I don't want to go see this. I'm being dragged to go see this. And then we left the movie like, this movie fucking sucks, because you went in with the negative mindset going, yeah, let's see what I can pick apart.
But see, you want to bring that up. I dogged the Saw series for years. And in the past 2 nights, I've watched it again. I love the series now.
I'm sorry.
So I went in there wanting to it, but the trailers did nothing for me. I hated the trailers.
The people that didn't like Last Jedi are gonna go and see episode 9 just to nitpick the shit out of it. Well, like I see people when the trailer came out, the final trailer came out, all kinds of people are just nitpicking the fucking trailer. Oh, that's not C-3PO's friend. They're just making shit up. I'm like, that's the hill you're gonna stand on. Like you're gonna die on that hill. You can't think of anything else to nitpick about. Nitpick about that fucking hill. You know, it's like, oh my god, it kills me, man.
C-3PO is friends with everybody.
He is. like you're telling me Han is his friend? Han treated him worse than anybody.
Well, weren't Poe's parents in the
another.
rebellion, and he was like, wasn't he born sort of right after Return of the Jedi?
Who?
Poe.
Poe was born like
his parents, from what I remember, were like on Endor, or they were at the Endor celebration, right?
His mother and father fought with the rebellion on Endor in the final Death Star too. Yeah, and he was born shortly after. If I'm not mistaken, I believe. Well, Aftermath I think takes place like a year after, but him and Kylo are about the same age.
Yeah,
they were both born around the same time. But C-3PO has been around Poe for like 30 years,
his whole life, pretty much.
So, you know, and he's been around Rey and Finn for a couple years at this point. So what, you can't be friends after a couple fucking years?
Well, even the way the trailer was edited, it clearly like cuts to R2. Like C-3PO puts his hand on top of R2 and then it cuts to Chewie. So, I mean, I didn't take it as like they were trying to insinuate that Rey, I don't know. I agree with you with Poe, but like with Rey and Finn, I don't know. I didn't take it the wrong way at all.
Yeah, people just point out the fucking dumbest shit, man. The dumbest shit, like how, like, and like.
To be fair, he's not calling them family; he's calling them friends.
Right?
Yeah. He is in
been to kindergarten. We made friends the first day. Like seriously.
Right? He is in Toretto from Fast and the Furious, man.
Well, and to be honest, the guys. C-3PO is just going to get wiped or put in some like tactical mode where his eyes turn red, right? And I don't think they're actually going to kill him off.
No, he's not going to die, but I think the essence of which he is going to die.
He'll just get reset like he did at
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, so it's
I mean, there's only one immortal now, and it's R2-D2.
Yeah. Okay, that's one character that needs a moment in this in the Rise of Skywalker is R2, man. Like
R2 has not had
give him a lightsaber and have him tear up some fucking soldiers. Come on.
Yeah, R2, he's one character that really got the short end of the stick in this trilogy. It was R2. Yeah.
I will say though, his
the whole first episode, really.
His moment though with Luke in The Last Jedi is I love that.
Yes. That's why I tell everybody go fuck off. You know, like there's some really good parts in that movie, man. People like fuck
there's
off.
Great acting.
Oh, there's great acting in that movie.
Probably the best acting in any Star Wars movie with Mark Hamill.
That's what dude. It is. It honestly is. Go back.
I mean, look at it all. That's probably the best performance out of any Star Wars movie.
And I think that's the best Princess Leia performance too.
Well, yeah, she had to work on it though because Force Awakens she wasn't that great.
She was awful.
Yeah,
Force
she was
Awakens.
pretty bad.
So she brought it in the second movie.
Yeah. But like other than her Mary Poppins moment, like she did some great acting in that fucking movie.
Well, I mean, she wasn't in that moment. That was all CGI.
True. Yeah, she was probably CGI too. That probably wasn't even Carrie Fisher.
You don't think they swung her from like a crane against like a green screen or something like that?
More like
I just want to see that video.
I think she was just like laying on a green table, man, and they just like moved everything with her. So like the old Christopher Reeve Superman movie, he just laid on the table and
right, blow a fan at her.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I hate that part of the movie. I really do. And that's something Kathleen Kennedy added in, man. I was like, there's so many ways you could have done her force powers better than that. It's like
I just remember going into the movie knowing, you know, Carrie Fisher was dead, that they would have to take care of it. And I'd see the explosion. I'm like, that's how they did it?
I was like, oh, okay, well that's over with. And they're like, nope. They actually should have just killed her with it too. Yeah, they technically should have just killed her right there. Give more people more reasons why to hate Last Jedi.
I mean, how does Disney make two Mary Poppins references before they come out with a Mary Poppins movie? Like seriously.
And they were both better than Mary Poppins Returns.
Dude, Mary Poppins Returns sucked.
I didn't.
I fell asleep during that.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't
And
see
it's
that.
Emily Blunt. I want to see it just because it's Emily Blunt.
Yeah, she's good, but that movie was terrible, man. I fell asleep during like the third act.
Well, I mean, that day and age of movies are really out of it anyway. Nobody cares about that.
Martin Scorsese cares. He cares.
No, he probably hates it because it's Disney.
He probably does. Can you see Martin Scorsese doing a Disney movie? That should be fucking great.
But what property would he do?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Have him do like the Aristocrats or something.
Yeah.
Live action.
That would actually really work too, man. It would really work.
Coming in, doing one of the voices.
Straight to Disney Plus.
We're all laughing, but we'd all watch it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start ending it tonight. I got to get up at like 5 a.m. Jesus.
Yeah, I have to get up early too.
Yeah.
I'll be going to bed at 5. So.
Well, that's because you don't have a job, asshole.
No, that's because I have insomnia, dickhead.
Oh well, I wish. Oh, well, fuck off, man. Rex, plug your YouTube channel, my friend.
Check out my channel at youtube.com/RexOverdrive, talking about movies, some TV news, probably talking about this Benioff and Weiss Star Wars debacle. I'm sure that'll be driving the YouTube algorithm for the next month or so.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I might end the stream and I might do a separate video on that, like really quick. Yeah. Just put that out there. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to your YouTube channel in this description.
Thank you.
So that way it makes it a little bit easier. So I'll have the link to Rex's channel in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, Louie. Thank you, Rex. Well, guys, until next time, as always, Robert Storm's opinion. Later, guys.